The quote that I decided to use is by Thomas Jefferson. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. And I pretty much live by that. Of course, we know Thomas Jefferson was the third president of the United States and also wrote the Declaration of Independence. What that quote means to me is when you reach the end, like it says, don't give up. Like, find any and everything you do, kind of hold on to it. And that's what I do. And I learned from a very young age that lesson. I actually learned to swim when I was 5. We used to live in Houston, Texas, and my dad taught me to swim. And he would hold my hands and let me kick my feet while he kind of pulled me around. When I got used to swimming, he would let me go. And I would swim with him standing here. And the closer I got, the more he would back up. And in my 5-year-old mind, if I don't swim, if I stop swimming, I'm going to drown. So as tired as I was, as much as my arms and legs were hurting, I continued to swim, even though he was backing up for me, and I was very upset with him. That kind of taught me that determination, and even with that fear, no matter how tired you are, just keep pushing. And I took that with me to kind of my next step in life. Years and years later, I actually went to the military. About 7 months after I graduated high school, I went to basic training for the Air Force, which is what I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. My grandpa was in the Air Force, and I just love the military to this day. And I get there, and I didn't really exercise like I was supposed to before the fact, so running 6 laps every other day, you should probably run a little bit before you, treadmills really don't count. So I'm thinking I'm just out of shape, and as tired as I was in basic training, running every other day, doing physical training, when you're not running, I'm thinking I just didn't do what I was supposed to do before I came. But actually it was the Warrior Week, which is the 4th week of basic training. You go and you sleep in the tents, and you climb through the, you crawl through the dirt, and you shoot your M16s, and you go to the gas chamber, and you talk without a gas mask on. But mid-week, which was around Christmas for me, I did basic training in December, I passed out in basic training, Warrior Week. And I wake up in the military. I'm not going to say anything bad about the doctors in the military, but the ones that I had did not care. They pretty much had the suck it up mentality, like, you're okay, you're good. I wasn't. They put me in medical hold in the military. It's kind of another unit, I guess I would say. You're not in basic training. It's for people that broke a foot or tore a ligament or something. And they decide whether you go back to training or you go home. And I sat there for 3, almost 4 months before they decided I had a disqualifying heart condition, and I had to be discharged. Devastated. I've been wanting to do this since I was a kid, but I was discharged in April of 2008. So I got out, and I actually have 2 kids now. I'm a lot older than I was, I swear. But I have 2 kids now, so I just went and I worked everything I can do with the heart condition I do. And one of the things I decided to do recently was apply for school. I didn't know where it would go, but I'm like, hey, let's go to school. So I applied for school, and right before I was coming to school, I actually got into a car accident. It was a 3-car accident on 435. And every car was totaled. The guy was texting and driving going 80 miles an hour. Luckily, my kids were in the car, but I lost my car. Because of that, I lost my job. So I'm sitting at home day in and day out. Can't even get anyone to take me to the grocery store. I don't have any family in Missouri. So my kid's dad and I were really, really close. He comes to my door randomly. He knocks on the door and he says, "You're going to school and you're gonna make it." And I made it. I'm here. He gave me the money, and I moved. Everything just played out perfectly. And I kind of apply that to every part of my life. Like when you're tired, when you think that you're at the end, because I didn't have a job, I didn't have any money, I didn't know how I was going to get here. And he just knocks on my door like, "You're going to school." So I held on to every bit of anything I had. I held on to it. So that's a great way to live life, and it keeps me smiling. Even walking to school in the rain with a heart condition, I smile. Like, I'm happy about everything. I'm always talking and smiling. So again, I go back to the quote, when you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on, and I'm still hanging on.